Two types of mentors every business needs. Number one, industry specific. Number two, skill specific with a mix of business owners. Now, for the first 9 years of coaching or me getting coaching, I only got industry specific advice. Now, I realize today how much that actually cost me. Okay. I am definitely not regretting having a coach in my industry for 9 years. I actually believe that was one of the reasons we grew to $1 million so quickly in annual revenue. So I'm very grateful for my first mentor and happy with the time I spent with him. But I realize how important it is to also think outside of the box and see what other industries are doing. If I only learn from dance and music schools, I look like every other dance and music school. All right. In fact, one of my competitors is in a program that I pay to be in. So I can't even model a lot of the program because we will look identical. So I use my industry mentor to hear what is going on in my specific industry. So for instance, my dance and music school, we are involved in dance and music school mentorship. We are with other dance and music schools across the globe. Okay. I want to see what is happening with them, what trends are happening. I want to get specifics on how to handle specifically this type of business. Now, I use my out of industry mentor to bring back fresh ideas to my industry that no one, including my competitor, is doing. Do you see how if you only have an industry mentor, you probably won't have many fresh ideas? It's going to be what everybody else is doing. And the whole idea here is to stand out from your competitor. So a lot of times when I go to these dance and music school conferences, they'll ask me like, "Where did you think of this?" Or "I never heard this." And "Where are you learning that?" And it's because I'm learning outside of the box, right? I am trying to stand out in the marketplace, right? And this is how we consistently do stand out in the marketplace. We are the largest studio in my area, and it's because we're always thinking outside of the box. We look different than our competitors. Now, to recap, there's a couple pros of industry specific that I want to make sure you grasp. Number one, no one knows your market better than somebody in your market. Okay. Number two, you can see trends. So if I'm all of a sudden going, wait, why is this class not selling anymore? Or what is up with this age group? If I asked a dentist, hey, why are my 3 to 4 year old classes down this year? He's going to be like, I don't know. But if I say that to somebody in the studio world, they're like, hey, well, did you know XYZ? This happened. And oh, okay. Now it makes sense, right? And it also takes the guesswork out of how to handle certain situations, right? So going through the pandemic and having people going through the same thing in the same business, it was so convenient having like that community, right? Now, pros of an out of industry mentor. Number one, different ideas that no others in your industry are doing, right? Number two, you're inspired by different types of businesses, allowing you to change up the game. How many of you have been doing the same thing over and over, and there haven't been a lot of new things added to your business? If you want to look fresh, if you want to look new, if you want to look trendy, right? People want that out of a business. They want to go with the new hot, whatever it is, right? The phone, all the new technology. They want cutting edge. You will look cutting edge when you do things that is not seen or heard in your industry. Last tip here is you can see and hear about different opportunities that you would not have in your industry specific environment because they're only discussing that business. So when I'm in my dance and music school bubble, I'm not hearing about other opportunities, whether that's real estate or something else passive, or I'm hearing a really broad opportunity, right? So it's just like I'm getting more opportunities from hearing my out of industry mentors. Okay. Now, here's another question I know I'm going to get. But Stacy, how can I afford two mentors? I can barely afford the one, right? Or whatever you want to say. Now, here is what I want you to know. If they are good, if these mentors are good, these programs will be revenue generators and not expenses. I am in more than one program a lot because, first of all, I not only invest in myself, but I invest in my team. So I've got somebody who's in a sales program. I've got somebody learning about social media, right? I've got somebody working on coaching. So how can I invest in all of these things? Well, when you pick a good program, they should generate revenue for you, right? So I'm in a specific program and I really haven't even been that involved because I'm in a lot of things and I have two businesses and I'm busy. So I haven't been taking advantage of everything. But one thing that I did get from somebody that spoke, not even the person that was the mentor, but somebody in the room said something they were doing, and I was able to model it, take it, and make it my own. I generated $30,000 just from one person buying that specific thing that they told me to do. So when I look at that and I go, well, okay, if I'm going to do that again, right? I need one more of those people to buy for me to go, well, that strategy just paid for the entire program, even if I never use anything else. A good program generates revenue. If you're in a program right now and you're like, we're not actually doing anything, or this isn't making sense, right? You might not be picking the right programs, or let me just restate, you may not be implementing at the level you need to be or taking advantage of what that program has to offer. So, the moral of the story is you need both. Now, somebody might say, Stacy, I'm a dance studio, but I also like being in a room where I have all these different people and all these different niches. Can you be both my in industry and out of industry if I'm a dance and music school, right? Somebody might say that. You absolutely could if you happen to be one of those people. But here's what I want to tell you. If you've got somebody that maybe you are in the dentist space or something, and you've got somebody who is a dentist, but they also teach all these other people, you might think he can be my one guy. The more you can, like, if you put all your eggs in one basket, right? And the longer you're in these programs, especially if the person isn't keeping up, trying new trends, trying new things, you might not be getting a lot of return on your investment. I like to diversify. I like to make sure I don't have all my eggs in one basket. And I like to make sure I'm getting a return on every one of those investments. One of the things we did at our last Powerhouse Mastermind retreat was I said to everybody in the room, you know how much you paid to get in this room. I want you to write down a strategy that you learned from this room in these last 2 days, even though it's a 12-month program. I'm like, write down a strategy and make sure that the amount of money it can make you is so much greater than what you pay to be in this room. I want to make sure that you are getting a return on your investment. I need the people that are coming to work with me thinking like that to make sure that they feel good about their investment. If you're not in programs like that or they're not helping you actually get a return, I want you really questioning, are you in the right program? Okay, comment below. Do you have an industry specific mentor, an out of industry, both or neither, and you need to get somebody ASAP? All right, I'll see you in the next video.